You know what time it is, and if you don't, you're about to find out. It's time for Lara Listens, our weekly delve into a couple or a few of my favorite vinyls from my collection. Because why? Because you need to have physical media. Whether that is an MP3 player with a bunch of songs loaded on it, whether that is records, whether it's CDs, whether it's videotapes, whether it's, I don't know, get an Etch-a-Sketch, freeze it or something, whatever it is, save some physical media because they have captured all of the art of humanity into streaming services. They want us to own nothing and then be able to say what exists and what doesn't exist. And I say to that, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not, because it belongs to us. All of this belongs to us, right? The culture belongs to us. And they capture it, and we say no. And we're going to start this episode of Lara Listens with, don't overthink it, y'all. Nirvana's Nevermind. Oh, better cover this up in case they try and get me for some wonky shit. Nevermind by Nirvana. Listen, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you've been. I don't care. You know this album. You know songs from this album. Nirvana changed the fucking game, okay? Because it wasn't just that grunge was a new sound and like a repudiation of a lot of the like over glammed up stuff that there was. Nirvana was like, they were really for the people. And I don't think a lot of people know that. Kurt Cobain said some really important stuff, did some really important stuff, literally when he didn't have to. Came out and said, look, if you hate gay people, if you hate black people, don't buy my fucking records. Don't come to our shows. We do not want you as a fan, right? This was in the 90s. This was before woke. This was long before woke existed. But to the music itself, I mean, Smells Like Teen Spirit is so iconic. It's been remixed in so many different great ways, actually. In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed, Lithium, Polly, Drain You, Lounge Act, Stay Away, On a Plane, something in every song on it is amazing and iconic. And with, three chords largely. It was another one of those things where it was like, it wasn't really like that dressed up, I mean, Dave Grohl, great drummer, sure, right? And the way that Kurt Cobain played guitar was great. It wasn't like a great guitarist, but that's another thing, right? There's a lot of ways to be a great guitarist. There's a lot of ways to approach any instrument. There are people who, you can be a metal guitarist who is like, or you can literally play the same 3-4 chords like a lot of great blues artists, like a lot of great punk artists. And they encapsulated a moment. And I mean, I was devastated, absolutely devastated when he committed suicide. Maybe we're going to need to have a show where we have like a little tinfoil hat show where we say stuff that like you're supposed to not say out loud, but like, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyway, when he committed suicide, it was fucking devastating because it was like, he was like our person. And it was like an artist who just said and did the things, and also was open about like gender and about sexuality, and just a person who brought their life as art into things, and also a person who had a lot of physical pain that unfortunately treated with heroin, and a lot of emotional pain and stuff like that. So it really encapsulated just a lot of the different things that make art and artists so important and powerful to us. This is the back of it, which, just to show you. Yeah, pretty simple. Simple and powerful, just like the record and the music itself. Now we're going to switch gears because the next one is Hotter Than July by Stevie Wonder. Listen, if you haven't listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder, first of all, why not? Why not? Why not? What are you doing? But you should, because he is just let's not even talk about the fact that the man can't see and is one of the most virtuosic, a musical virtuoso Okay, and I mean all of his music is great. It's got such a signature sound that influenced so many artists ever since. This album here, let me show you also the, in the middle here we've got just the lyrics, and on the back we've got the piano on fire because that thing would light up when he was playing it for real, for real. But I'm also going to show you in here why I ask you, is there a picture of Martin Luther King on the inside album art? Because one of the songs on this album is Happy Birthday. And it's not the regular Happy Birthday. It's Happy Birthday to you. That one, right? That song do you know why that song was made? Does anyone know? Gonna give you a second. Anyone put it in the chat if you know why that song was made when it was made. It was 1980 or so. Does anyone know? It was part of the movement to make Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday a national holiday, because there was a lot of people that didn't want to, because this is America. I mean, racist as fuck. I mean, obviously, the only thing that would want to make you not have another day off of, how racist do you have to be to not want another day off from work? That you got to be real racist to be like, you know what, I'd rather go to work today than give credit to some Negro. That don't sound right to me. Let me take my ass on out to the damn coal mines. Because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? How racist do you fucking have to be? Seriously. But yes, Happy Birthday, or some of the lyrics of Happy Birthday, let me read to you. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a day that would be set aside for his recognition, because it should never be, just because some cannot see the dream as clear as he, that they should make it become an illusion. And we all know everything that he stood for time will bring, for in peace our heart will sing, thanks to Martin Luther King. It was, Stevie Wonder was as artist, as the best artist, as more artists than we know about have been, used his art for activism, to bring light to the conditions under which Black folks were living, and to use your platform, right? Let me strike that. To not use your platform as an artist, as a speaker, as a thinker, as a writer, as anyone who has the ear of the people in any way. I don't care if it's 10 people, I don't care if it's 100 people, however many people that you can bring your voice to, if you are not using it to improve the conditions of the people that you serve, because to lead is to serve, right? To be a hero is to serve the people, right? To have fans is to serve those fans. To be a leader is to serve the people who have offered you their leadership. That's how it is. And to do that, you use your platform to educate, to edify, to change conditions. And that this song was part of the push to make the holiday stick, and it was successful. And if you think about how recently in history that it was, right? All this was in living memory, right? Martin Luther King would have been 96, the same age as Anne Frank would have been. Both a couple years younger than Betty White, right? This was not a long time ago. Artists who stand out and stand up, which is, again, so many more artists than we have been told about. We get the music, but we hear a lot of the nonsense that goes on in their lives. We don't often hear as much about the way that they are real activists, a lot of them, because that's what music is supposed to be, right? It's a way of communicating soul to soul, right? Across languages, across difference. And it is a shame that more artists these days do not intentionally and constantly use their platform the way that Stevie Wonder has throughout his life. Just an amazing man. Hotter Than July. Also, the song that you probably know from this one is it's called Master Blaster, which you might know as Gemmin, that one. Very, very good. Or Do Like You, another great one. There's just so many great songs on this album. So if you have not ever heard it, listen to it start to end in its entirety, get into it. Now, what we're going to get into is another song from our excellent musical guest of the day, Jackie Venson, who has graced us with two of her live performances. And I'm so glad to bring to you this one, which is called Witchcraft. Mistrix, take us out.